fights that were intended to be had and then missed assignments. Last September, he was originally scheduled to fight Ryan Garcia, who of course has been a blossoming star. And then on the day of the weigh-in, there were legal troubles that he had to deal with, Sparrow. So that fight didn't happen. And then he was signed to fight in November, but was unable to make a contracted weight. So now he gets this assignment coming on the back end of the quarantine, and now boxing's return.
Yeah, I know you guys hear that. Yep. Well, that's a way a fighter breathes. That's an amateur way of breathing, you know, and they haven't gotten out. They haven't gotten away from it yet. That's what you're hearing.
Sparrow, as we said earlier, is a Philly fighter. Philly taught, came up in the Philly gyms, got a great young trainer, Rasheem Jefferson, who's not just a trainer but a teacher. So he's well schooled. Abraham Nova is, like we mentioned earlier as well, he's young, he's on the verge of a title, he's a thoroughbred. He's just got to make sure that he doesn't get over anxious and he allows the fight to unfold naturally and doesn't try to make something happen.
You know, I want to go down the path of what you just mentioned in describing Jefferson from Philly. And obviously Philly is one of the all-time great fight cities in the world. And you have great teachers in the gym there. Do you feel as the years have gone on, we have more cornermen / trainers and fewer teachers of the sweet science?
Yeah, a lot of the old trainers, the old teachers, unfortunately, you know, they passed on. And some old trainers have passed on the knowledge to younger trainers, and they're keeping it going. And Rasheem Jefferson is one of those young guys.
Body shot from Nova.
You can see that body shot right away get Sparrow's attention. If I'm Nova, that's where I'm going. I'm going down to the body on Sparrow. I'm going to test his body. Is it me, guys? But does Sparrow body look a little weak, don't it? Don't it look a little soft?
Came in at 131 and a half.
All right. I'm just saying, his body look a little bit soft.
There's Abraham Nova, who was born in Puerto Rico. His parents are from the Dominican Republic, but he was raised in upstate cold. He's from Albany, New York, where he took great advantage of the city's boxing program. He's very proud of where he comes from a great family who runs a church in Albany, and he is now 18-0 with 14 knockouts.
Keep him on the back hill.
Tim,
one thing that I see,
Avery Sparrow's body being a little soft, and he took this fight on short notice. And even though he said he stays in the gym, staying in the gym and just shaking loose just to stay in shape is not the same as training for a fight. And he's also coming off of a 15-month layoff.
And then 3 weeks ago gets the call for this fight. Tokakan Clary withdrew from this opportunity to fight Abraham Nova. And there were and Tim, we've talked about this with many fighters over the course of the last month. Not a lot of gyms that were open. You had to really be disciplined to work out on your own for much of the quarantine.
See, the challenge for Nova as he continues to progress, starting with this fight tonight, he's got natural power, he's physically strong, but he can't fight that way. He has to continue to box and just let the power come. Just land the shots as you throw them. Don't try to be big and strong. Just be who you are in boxing, set things up, and the power won't go anywhere. It'll always be there.
Right now, Nova is looking for a left hook. That's the shot he wants. He wants the left hook. He landed one about 20 seconds ago. There it is.
Fires that one off.
And he loaded up on that one. Just a little bit off. He sees an opening right there. You see the right hand of Sparrow. It's down. And Nova's looking to take advantage of it.
And I think Nova's doing a great job right now. I think he's doing what I said he should do, which is be patient. You're hearing some of the shots that he's land heavy, and that's because he's a heavy-handed kid. He doesn't have to throw hard to land hard, but he's being patient because he knows he's dealing with a slick, seasoned boxer in Avery Sparrow. Even though Sparrow doesn't have a boatload of fights, he's got good seasoning coming from the gyms of Philadelphia.
Double jab right hand from Nova.
I love the fact that Nova now bringing the high guard up when he goes back. You know, a lot of times you see guys, they drop their hands.
Punch it, okay? All right?
He brought his guard up.
Keep the heads back, guys.
It was a clash when both men just came forward.
Time!
From the lightweight world champion, Teofimo Lopez, who we await official word on when we will have the unification fight of Lopez and Lomachenko. What a night that will be for the sport.
I think Sparrow, it's clear to me that he has the skill to compete with Nova, at least right now. But the bigger question is going to be, does he have the conditioning down the stretch as this fight progresses to deal with Nova?
And I think that's what Nova is using right now. He's using, you know, ring smarts, ring generalship, and he's going to let Sparrow wear down a bit before he goes in for the kill. But the one thing that I see Nova's doing, and what he's doing wrong, is he's going back in a straight line. You see, every time Sparrow attacks him, he's going back in a straight line. Well, if I was Sparrow, I will take him all the way back to the ropes if he continues to go in that straight line.
Keep him up, keep him up.
Good combination right there from Sparrow. Changing levels, going down to the body and then back up to the head.
My bad.
You gotta work it. You get your shots up first.
You may look at Sparrow's record and say he's 10-1-1 with only 3 KOs. He may not be a knockout artist, but he's got respectable power. He's the type of guy that can hurt you and knock you down if you slip and he gets a shot through it.
Wait for him to come. Right there, that was it.
Good patience right here from Abraham Nova. This is what his coach told us. That's the biggest struggle for him. He said, I got a fighter who's young, he's eager, he's aggressive, and he knows he can punch. Sometimes that's his downfall. If I can just get him to be patient and set his shots up, we'll be on our way. And I'm seeing that growth here tonight from Abraham Nova.
Yeah, but I'm also seeing that Nova, what he's not doing. He's making a miss, but he got to make him pay.
Guys, keep those heads back.
You know, that's the next level. That's the elite level. Every time those hands leave your face, there's an opening. And he needs to make Sparrow pay for those misses.
Just had a right hand to the body.
Oh, there's a right hand for Nova.
Time.
We were mentioning earlier, Nova looking for that left hook.
Yeah, this is the shot he's looking for. It's open because every time Sparrow shoots a jab, he drops the right hand. But the problem here is that Nova didn't turn that punch over. You see, he kind of slaps with it. Now, if he would have turned that punch over, then Sparrow probably wouldn't been knocked down. I'm sure of that.
Round
Right
4 of our
idea,
co-feature.
just
Nova
terrible technique.
and Sparrow. Bernardo, what are they saying in the corner of Avery Sparrow?
Here we go, keep going.
In Sparrow's corner, Rasheem Jefferson says, look, Nova is a straightforward fighter, and he walks straight back, but we've got to capitalize on that. Every time he goes back, we've got to let combinations go.
Yeah, Joe, I was saying that I got to disagree with my partner here, Tim Bradley. I think if you're in the corner of Nova, I think he's doing just what he's supposed to do. Everybody knows he's aggressive and he's a good puncher and all of that, but he's facing a slick fighter. He's facing a guy who has a good jab. He's showing feints. He's showing different looks. You can't get careless with Sparrow because he can land a good shot to put you down. You got to incrementally be more aggressive and pick up the pace, and he's doing it in the right spots right now. I like what Nova's doing right now, and I also like what Sparrow's doing.
Yeah, just when you said it, Dre, he picked up the pace just a little bit and had that combination including to work to the body. 2 rounds to 1 early on, says Dre for Sparrow.
Listen, you know
this
a
fight
fighter
is going to be won or lost down the stretch.
Yeah, but you know a fighter, if I hear a fighter is taking a fight on a week's notice, guess what? I'm pressing on the gas. I'm pressing on the gas. I'm testing them. That's what you have to do. Nova got to press.
Keep him up. Keep him up.
He's gaining more. Sparrow's gaining more and more confidence each round. He's picking up the intensity. Nova looks like he's looking for one shot.
There you go.
Nearly placed a short right hand there.
More after that. Rock off of that shoulder.
Well, Sparrow's throwing more punches, but his connect percentage is extremely low. You see a lot of these punches coming up short or hitting the gloves of Nova. He's landing only 12% of his total punches thrown.
Open up so wide. Stay tight.
There you go. Now Nova's doing a good job of jabbing with the jabber instead of just looking at the jab or blocking it. Jab with him, punch with him.
Run it back. Run it back.
Two guys who got time sparring with Teofimo Lopez. 2 guys who came into this fight with extreme confidence. Avery Sparrow and the unbeaten Abraham Nova. Start of round number 5.
Man, if Nova don't find room to counterpunch those shots being thrown at him, Sparrow's gonna do this all night.
Hey, Jab can show everything if you put it out there. There you go. Put it out.
Good combination right there from Sparrow. And I like how Rasheem Jefferson is keeping Sparrow honest in the corner. You can't just give your fighter the game plan the night before, the day of the fight. You have to remind him, remember we said we were going to do this. Remember, hey, you did this well. Stay away from this area. He's doing a great job of coaching his fighter through and reminding him of why they're there and how they're going to be successful.
Nova's gonna get this type of work all night long. He's letting a boxer, a superior boxer in Sparrow, do whatever he wants.
And some of these rounds are hard to score, but I'm giving Sparrow some of these rounds because he's busier and he's piling up more points.
Yep.
There's a thing as being too patient.
Yeah, what is he waiting on?
Perhaps
I just wonder what Nova's waiting on.
Yep.
Yeah, what is he waiting on?
Well, he's
Let
not
your
getting the
hands
proper
go,
shots.
son.
He doesn't
You're
have
bagging up. You're not winning the fight right now.
But he has a moving target right now, Tim, and he's getting different looks, and we've been talking about this all night long. What you see Sparrow doing right now is it's not just posturing. He's setting things up. He's keeping Nova, the more powerful fighter, off balance, and therefore he's keeping all of his tools in the toolbox. He's not using them. So Sparrow's doing what he's supposed to do.
Sparrow is directly in front of him. He's being very shifty. He's shifting his body up and down, giving different fronts and different looks. But how do you stop that? You stop that with a nice jab. You stop that with throwing combinations. You stop that by countering him. Don't allow him to get comfortable and get in his position. No. Make him pay for every punch he throws.
use your feet. Get around there. Shoot. Let's go.
The right hand is there. There's a perfect opportunity to land a right hand, and Nova did nothing.
Jab up. Jab up. Jab up. Jab up. Jab up.
Up and over the judges ringside at the MGM Grand Conference Center for round number 6. Can Avery, Sparrow stay on course and keep putting forth this game plan, keeping Abraham Nova at bay, or will the undefeated Nova, who has 14 knockouts in his 18 wins, be able to get to him at some point?
Okay. Well, I said it in the beginning of the night, Joe, that this was the fight that I was looking forward to, the co-main event, because I wanted to see what adjustments Abraham Nova was going to make throughout the course of this fight, because you could see, if you've seen any of Avery Sparrow's fights, you could tell he was skillful. He knows how to fight, and he's not afraid. He's not a guy that's afraid of the moment. And you may say, okay, we had a long layoff. Well, the biggest fight of his career that he just won was 15 months ago, and he had a year layoff before that fight. Layoffs are not created equal. It all depends on how you're living your life, and if you're staying in the gym and working your craft while you're off. And for whatever reason, layoffs don't really hurt Avery Sparrow.
Interesting point from Dre. Bernardo, what are they saying in that corner of Abraham Nova?
Hector Bermudez says, look, we gave that round away. He took it off. We can't let him outwork us. We're still in phase 1, like he told us in the fighter meetings. He's okay, but if we lose another round, I'm going to unleash him.
We'll see if that happens.
He better unleash him right now. He talking about lose another round. Unleash the Nova right now. Tell him to get after it.
Here we go. Where my shoulder movement?
You want
Nova, I mean, Nova's still trying to figure it out. Yeah, he's still trying to figure it out. You know, what he needs to do consistently, you know. Sparrow has already figured it out, and he will continue to do it until he stops.
You gotta shoot back. Rip that body right back.
Nova is going to the body a little bit more in this round, and it has slowed Sparrow down just a little bit. But see, that's what Nova can't get caught up in. He can't play the game of Sparrow, where Sparrow wants to rest and Nova allows him to rest. That's when Nova needs to press the issues. When the fighter who took this fight on short notice and who's been off wants to rest, you don't let him rest. You got to press the issue.
See the double jab, there it is. He's close, let those hands go.
Stay low, stay tight in there.
Good job, Nova, there.
Don't move. Nice. Come back.
You can see Sparrow definitely highly educated in the ring. High ring IQ.
Jab out. Jab out. Jab out.
Stop.
Avery Sparrow able to keep Abraham Nova at bay so far as we start round number 7. What do you see, Mark Kriegel?
Abraham Nova told us, I've been waiting for this for a long time, and I'm still waiting for him in this fight. He's allowed Avery Sparrow to control this, could pace the pace, everything else, with little more than an up jab.
Nova, who is ranked top 10 at 130 pounds in the WBA and the WBO.
Over the shoulder closes, right to the body.
Well, one thing I want to point out is that you see how Sparrow's changing the speeds up on his jab. He's going high, he's going low with it. You know, he's changing his attack, he's changing his fronts. He will lean to his left, lean to his right, He's making it difficult on Nova. That's how he's making it difficult.
With everything that we've detailed, you see Dre's card has it 4 rounds to 2.
Yeah, he's making Nova second guess himself. That's what he's doing.
Break! Watch holding.
You can just see how Sparrow,
this is
how
really a
relaxed
battle
he
of
is in the ring. You see how
the
tight
legs.
Nova is.
Go. Right now.
Yeah, if you look at, that's the upper body, but if you look at the feet, you'll see that Nova, he doesn't really have educated feet. He kind of plods forward, and he comes the same way. But you see Sparrow's feet doing all sorts of different things. 1 minute he's here, 1 minute he's there. That's what the fight is really being fought right now. It's a battle of the legs and a battle of the feet. Because if you have educated feet, you know how to create distance. You know how to create the range that you want to have so you can get your punches off and then get out of the way when your opponent tries to respond.
I'm going to tell you right now what Nova needs. He needs Sparrow to sit still so he can work his offense. And Sparrow is not allowing himself to sit still and dominating this fight right now.
Well, that's what I'm talking about, Timmy, the legs.
I know. I just followed up with you, baby. Just said it a different way, Dre.
As long as you got my back, I'm good.
You know, you see how he's flashing the jab like that? He's not really looking to land it. But that's confusing Nova. That's what that's doing. It's giving him something. It's making him keep his hands in his pocket.
Joe, Tim, and Dre with you. Round number 8 of our co-feature. Let's show you how Avery Sparrow has gotten to this point against Abraham Nova.
Well, Avery's done a lot of little things right. So you look right here, oh, he didn't land those jabs. But he's keeping Nova out at the distance that he wants him at, and he's staying busy. Here we see flick, jab, flick, jab. But he came behind it with a solid shot to the body of Nova. That hurt Nova a little bit. Anytime you get hit to the body, you're going to feel it. But it's also piling up points. Good boxing by Avery Sparrow right now.
Right hand from Nova.
That was the right
now
hand
he
right
comes
there.
forward trying to chase down Sparrow here in round 8.
Break! 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 That's a break. Go. Punch those punches. Keep them up.
Now that's the shot that I've been talking about all night. The right hand has been available for Nova.
Watch over.
And he finally landed right there. Good job by Sparrow, clearing, allowing Nova to come in, and he's tying him up.
And look how it changes his disposition, his attacking style.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. Yeah, he's doing a good job in tying him up so he can buy some time to clear his head. Because that was a big shot landed by Nova.
Hunting for it again, and with the two bodies converging, you see Sparrow collapsing in the corner, and then it looked like he spit out his mouthpiece and maybe grabbing some more time because of it. As Vic Draculich will call time, they'll rinse it up. But it looked like he purposely spit it out here. You be the judge.
Oh, yeah. Without a doubt.
Undoubtedly.
You know, that's a veteran move right there.
He bought himself time.
Box.
Good body shots from Nova. Looks to close that pace. Combination comes in. Different tone to round number 8 here. Left hand to the body, came upstairs with the left hook as well. Now utilizing that jab. Sparrow has banked rounds, but Nova is coming on strong here. And there's the warning with the low blow.
Okay. Keep him up.
Nova, left hand to the body, back to it, combination.
That's exactly what we need to see from Nova right now. He knows he hasn't hurt, and he's on the hunt right now. He needs to forget about the head and needs to go down to the body on Sparrow. Slow down those legs. Good right hand right there by Nova.
Another right hand. That's what started things here in the 8th round. His best round of the night by miles.
Time.
And with with the new COVID-19 protocols, these are our new broadcast positions. Bernardo Osuna, the only one allowed ringside at the MGM Grand. You see Andre, Tim, and Mark from their home offices, and I'm glad to be here at the Top Rank studio in Bristol, Connecticut. And Tim, from your office there in California, filled with career accomplishments, take us through that right hand that Abraham Nova was able to land in the 8th round.
Yeah, this is the right hand that I've been asking for from the beginning of this fight. You see you see Sparrow pulls back. There he is, pulls back, tries to throw a check hook, but leaves himself open and gets hit with the right hand from Nova.
Let's go, right off of that. Slide in the work.
Last 3 rounds have gone for Nova, according to Andre. So Dre has it 76-76 with these final 2 rounds to go.
If you're Nova and you know your opponent has gotten this fight on 3 weeks' notice, and like we said multiple times, 15 months left, this is when you have to step on the gas. This is when you have to step up the pace, because I have it even. You don't know what the judges have it, but the last 2 rounds could determine the fight.
You're giving him too much. On my jab.
Good short body shot right there from Nova.
Now shoot some off of that. Every time.
Keep him up. Keep him up.
Shoot the right hand low too. Nice. Shoot it again. Shoot it low. Shoot the right hand low. Stay tight. Get that left hand up. Working it. Work.
Nova has to punch with Sparrow. Anytime Sparrow wants to punch, he needs to punch with him. That's where he's going to be able to make him pay.
Scott Van Pelt is coming up after our main event. Big day at TPC River Highlands, record-setting day on the PGA Tour. Hold everything in the day of sports, including a wrap-up of our action from Vegas. Big main event still to come with Jason Maloney and Leonardo Paez.
Nice. Give me it again. Yo, you're playing too much. Give me. Jump in there.
Just missed with that right uppercut.
It's just not enough offense coming from Nova. Sparrow's doing little subtle things to be able to get away. He's buying time with his feet and also by just throwing. Shooting that jab out there.
Well, you heard Hector Bermudez, the trainer of Abraham Nova, as he sent him out. I believe he said, Dre, you're in front right now. It is very, very tight on your scorecard, 86-85. Well, let's see who wants to extend themselves and give a little more here in this 10th and final round.
No hold. Break!
I guess my next question to the coach of Abraham Nova would be, how far do you think your pupil is up right now?
Well, it's interesting because in one of the visits we had with Bernardo Osuna, you got the impression that they didn't think it was necessarily leaning that way. He said, if it goes too far, I'll unleash him at a certain point. He absolutely did so, especially with what you saw in round 8. But clearly, the early half of the fight, you couldn't have that much confidence in where you stood on the scorecards.
Right, and I don't think it's something you chance. If anything, I'm going to tell my fighter, we need this last round. I'm not going to give him the comfort to make him feel like he's up and he can cope.
Work in there. Soon as he touch you in there, work.
Looks like Sparrow has made the adjustment on the right hand. If I'm Nova, I'm coming with something different, like a left hook, the shot that he landed early.
Well, I like what you said earlier, Tim. I think if Abraham Nova, even while he was still being more patient than he normally is, if he touched that body a little bit more, no big shots, just little shots, 2s and 3s inside. Every time you get in the clinch, just try to steal some win. I think this fight would have unfolded a little bit better for him a little bit earlier.
There's a left hook right there.
Punch right in the head.
Beautiful left hook right there from Nova. Stepping in
Right there. Not back.
with that left hook.
Come back. Come back off of that. Nice. Stop standing up so high.
Anytime you can touch your fighter with a jab, your opponent with a jab, let your right hand go. Let some power shots go. You're already touching. Your hands are already extended. Hit him with a power shot. And I'm saying that because Nova, that's what he's doing. He's hitting the gloves. He's hitting the target, but he's not coming behind it with anything.
We will see which way this goes. Sparrow did a lot of what he wanted to do tonight.
Early success. Belt line shot right there from Nova. But Sparrow was in every exchange early on. Wasn't backing down. He fought his fight. But he was aggressive, landing shots in spots right there, just like we see that right hand. But that was the big right hand that Timothy Bradley was calling for from Abraham Noah all night. He finally found a home for it. Boom, right there. And that punch right there changed the course of the fight. I don't think Avery Sparrow ever really fully recovered from that. And that's where Abraham Nova, started to take the play and started to pull ahead.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds here inside MGM Grand, we go to the judges' cards for the official decision. Max DeLuca has the bout 99-91. Lisa Giampa 97-93. Patricia Morse-Jarman 96-94. Declaring the winner by unanimous decision, Abraham El Super Nova.
Well, one judge saw it the way Dre did at 96-94, then a very wide spread all the way